Mick Vickers with the button. The red light goes on. She's in the gates, God, she's sassy. Set now, they're off and they're racing. Missing the starter length is Imposing Ruler. Lady Derringer deep out, Jump Will. Also from toward the middle of the field, a lot of roses with pace to burn, but Nicky Motor's going to hunt through and take control. Nicky Motor goes to the lead from a lot of roses up running second, followed over on the outside, God, she's sassy. Then on the rails next of all, Essentially, settled up running about fourth and wider out. Lady Derringer couldn't get across. Behind them, SHMOOV Mover. Rulesque is next, down on the inside of Majestic Princess, Cap Cavor and Hot Lips Lila well back in proceedings, and tailing out a long last Imposing Ruler into the home straight, and the flying filly Nicky Motor leads the way, opens up, shoots 2.5 clear now from a lot of roses Essentially, and then SHMOOV Mover, who's getting around heels and charging home at the rate of knots. SHMOOV Mover at the 100 now, put pay to them in the twinkling of an eye, and there is a dazzling return by SHMOOV Mover. Majestic Princess down the outside, grabbing second, running on Cap Cavor, but that's a very smooth performance. SHMOOV Mover beat home Majestic Princess, Cap Cavor. Behind those then Rulesque and a lot of roses. Nicky Motor got the staggers. Then God, she's sassy. Essentially, Hot Lips Little Lady Derringer is next in, and after tailing out a long last is Imposing Ruler. Number 3, SHMOOV Mover. Striking performance here. And at the end of the day, justified the 150, jumping 2s on. Number 3, SHMOOV Mover, having just his second lifetime start, the Territories gelding, prepared by Simon Miller, and it has given its rivals an absolute trouncing. Back there, maybe a little better than midfield, but it was the way that it just switched stride, got going, and let rip over the final 250 to win in 58 and 2. 3 1/4 running away from them. Exciting return here by SHMOOV Mover. 3/4 second and third. 3 8 1 6 are the interim numbers. The winner owned by Chris Chalwell, MJ and Ms. Y Hoy S Hooper, C Campbell and R Clark, S Murphy, J Stratham, B Ricciardi. The Have a Crack Syndicate, managed by former Docker great Anthony Graver and D Delaney. Lucy Fiore aboard for Simon Miller, defeating home. Majestic Princess finished off the race well. First outing for Luke Fernie. Magnus mare out of the O'Reilly mare from Clint Johnston Porter, and third placing went the way of Cap Cavor, who got well back but made good ground by Capitalist out of La Renaissance, and trained by Nev Parnham, written by Kesh Deeren. 34.52 the last 600, 34.52. But a very impressive win here. Back on rail, trying to work its way clear, got out around heels for Lucy, and once it got to the outside of a lot of roses, the race was absolutely all over. Very impressive last 200 there, the way that it let down and ran through the line powerfully. The Pro Water Group Handicap Race 2, 5 is out. Sunshine Tafe and Holly Watson replaces Jared Noski on number 1, Sapedo Express. That had a bit of wow factor, didn't it, Lock, as we head down now to you in the yard after the victory, the first up win of SHMOOV Mover.
That it did, Darren. That might be win of the day already in the first, as Kelly Kont from the Simon Miller yard joins me. Kel, SHMOOV Mover, he was touted as Simon's best 2-year-old throughout the autumn period. We know we didn't get to see him race as a 2-year-old in the autumn, but he's now put it all together and it looks like he's a seriously nice horse.
He is a very nice horse. If you can find trouble, he will definitely find it. He's had a bit of a checkered path to get that here, but we thought he was something for the Placid Art possibly, but the penny still hasn't dropped with him, but Lucy gave him a great ride. He really relaxed for her, and she found a gap luckily and hit the line well.
What's he like behind the scenes? Is he very much still a big kid learning what it's all about?
Yes, absolutely. Through a few of our great track riders, Tara, Chloe, a lot of the girls at home, you know, sort of not really mollycoddle him, but just look after him, and he's a little bit precious. I think he's a girl's horse.
Is he the type of horse that moving forward needs some racing now to just continue to that learning process?
Yes, absolutely. I think just racing will definitely help him with his manners, and he's definitely got ability.
He was only over the 1,000 today. Is he the type of horse that you expect to be able to stretch out in time?
Yeah, I think so. 12 to 1,400. Not sure anymore, but we'll leave that up to the boss.
How's Iowa tracking ahead of his return in the ATA?
He's super. Couldn't be happy with him. Tara's nailed all her gallop work with him. It's a tough race, but I think he's there to be taken.
A nice start to the day. Good luck later today. Hopefully we're chatting again soon.
Thanks, Lockie.
There's Kelly Kont after the win of SHMOOV Mover. And as I said, Riley, that might just be a win of the day already. Here you are, catching up with Lucy Fury.
Yes, Lockie, I think the win of the day has been wrapped up at these very early stages of proceedings here on ATA Stakes Day. SHMOOV Mover, a horse who's always been very highly spruiked by the camp. Lucy, it looked a little bit hairy for a second there at the top of the straight, but once you were able to get this horse clear, it was a pretty stunning turn of foot on display, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I think he'll get a lot further than 1,000. I was kind of kissing to him most of the race just to hold the back of Joey's horse. And then, yeah, no one was moving as fast as I would have liked them to, so I had to kind of crack the shits on the turn, went to the inside, and then, yeah, he had enough turn of foot and enough force, so, yeah, just put him away.
Michael said pre-race, said he got a little bit hot, warm and fizzy in the yard before he went out onto the track. So clearly from that regard, there's a bit of maturity and learning from experience to come as well.
Yeah, he was quite sweaty, but as soon as I hopped on, he was pretty chill. He's got a long way to go, as in I think like you've seen him now, but he's still raw. So yeah, I think there'll be a lot of improvement out of him.
You had to bustle him a little bit out of the barriers to hold that spot, but he did look to settle quite nicely once they did find their positions, didn't he?
Yeah, he switched off quite nice. I think he'll get over some ground later.
Well done on the win.
Thank you.
There's Lucy Fury combining with Simon Miller and SHMOOV Mover to take out the first here at Ascot, the Key Clean Maiden. On the other side of the break, we'll be taking a look at a feature story on the Fighting Tiger in Northleigh.